The Dunkeld community is in shock tonight following the death of a much-loved wild emu. Locals say the emu, known as Miles, had become a part of everyday life in the town, and they're now calling for answers. Residents say Miles had lived peacefully in the area for years, regularly interacting with locals and visitors, often seen walking alongside people and becoming a familiar and cherished presence.
I live here at Griffin's Hill Retreat in Dunkeld, located about 2 kilometres from the centre of the township towards Garryword National Park. We've been here for almost 20 years now. And in 2021, this amazing emu, Miles, came to live in our neighbourhood. She was previously a rescue emu from a local wildlife shelter. She was released some distance further away, but she made her way here and then decided that this was her home. She was a very friendly sort of emu. She'd walk along with people along the walking track, and you could be sitting here and you'd hear this boom, boom, and you just knew that was Miles. Miles announced her arrival. People coming to the retreat were so intrigued by her because so many of them had never seen an emu before, and this was their first experience at a wild animal. And they loved to photograph her, and sometimes tourists would just drive along and stop and photograph her. We've seen pictures of her, when she used to walk down to the cemetery, pictures of her on other people's Instagram accounts, and they would say, oh look, here's a friendly emu over the fence. I'd ride my bike with the dog and she'd run along on one side of the fence while I had the dog on the bike on the other side, and she'd run down to the cemetery with us, and she'd always keep pace with the bike, so whatever speed I was going, she would go. It was just absolutely wonderful experience. I just have this image of people here at Christmas. They'd come in with these huge smiles on their faces and they'd say, we saw Miles. Miles is out there. Yeah. On the 28th of January, it's a Wednesday morning, I was just sitting right here and I heard 2 gunshots straight in that direction, and I straight away thought, well, Miles has been killed. We have had threats to her life before, and I just looked up and thought, they've killed Miles, Miles has been killed. That afternoon, I got up and I sort of pushed that thought out of my head because I thought that can't be true, And that afternoon I did go looking for her with the binoculars and I couldn't find her anywhere. And the next day I also went looking and we found some evidence on a nearby property that would indicate that she had been killed. And we haven't seen her since. We haven't been able to find her body. Her body appears to have been moved. And it's given the threats we've had, we feel certain that she's been killed.
Police say there is currently no evidence of a criminal offence, while the conservation regulator has confirmed inquiries are underway. All wildlife is protected in Victoria under the Wildlife Act 1975. It is illegal to hunt, harm or interfere with wildlife without authorisation, with penalties of up to $46,000 or 2 years in jail.
It's just like this hole. So I go down to the gate now and even the dog looks to the left to see if the emu's coming. And, we miss her presence is enormous hole. So now when we go out there, it's just vacant. There's no sound, no animal. We miss her enormously. And I find it really hard to believe that, we just can't coexist with these animals. And Miles would never hurt anything. She was such a friendly, gentle animal that always brought a smile to people's face, and she was a happy animal herself. You could see she was very happy living here, and she enjoyed, seeing people, and it's very sad, very, very, very sad for us. At the moment, we're uncertain whether this was a legal killing or an illegal killing, or and if people are bringing guns in here and shooting animals. That needs to be investigated. It needs to be taken very seriously because this is a tourism area. There are people out walking, and as I said, I was sitting here, and this is a threat to us.
As this report goes to air, Miles's cause of death has not been confirmed. Her body has not been recovered and locals say they remain deeply distressed. Anyone with information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
Lava Street Veterinary Clinic, caring for Warrnambool's pets in our state-of-the-art family-run facility. This December, get 20% off all cat desexing and finish the year with healthy, happy pets. Visit 1051 Raglan Parade.
Catch the excitement and thrills of the Tirrandurra Rural Agricultural Show with heaps of food, entertainment, animals, face painting and more. Don't miss the Bebop Circus, Animal Nursery, the Flying Flamingos, Show and Shine and show jumping. See you at the Tirrandurra Show.